establish a farming operation that took what we learned about growing the fish in the U.S. and managed the use of tanks and grading to manage cannibalism, and then linking that with sea cages. And sea cages have historically been a bit of a bad word to the environmental community, and we're out to partner with them and provide a lot of transparency to prove that these can and are an environmentally sound method when done right, by controlling escapes, by fallowing the cage sites so that we meet, again, the platinum standards for sustainability in this operation. And that's what our farm looks like in central Vietnam. And this is something that we're very proud of, and we're actively expanding today to meet increased demand. We're able to benefit from a lot of skilled expertise in fish processing.
They're joining me.
Hi, welcome. And much of the finished product that we produce in Vietnam ends up in U.S. grocery stores. It's very well trimmed. It's really designed for visual markets and taking the bloodline out that might characterize less well trimmed fish that's really ready to go. And it's available both fresh and frozen. And this, when we put all of this together, we think it allows us to begin to capture the high ground and really put aquaculture on an exciting footing for the future, where we have a great product, we have a healthful product, high omega-3 content, clean product, and one that's produced in a sustainable fashion. So that's our story, and we really appreciate everybody being here. Happy to take questions, happy to provide additional information. And I should just say, part of why we're here, in addition to our ownership being local to Texas, is that we've had the good fortune of Costco, Whole Foods, Central Market, and Safeway through Randall's, all really starting distribution very quickly. That's a new experience for us, an exciting experience to get that much distribution kind of lined up all at once. We wanted to personally come here, say hello, tell you our story, and ask you to be Barramundi ambassadors and help us communicate this message to the broader audience out there. So thank you very much.
Josh, could you talk about the Texas rollout a little bit, since everybody here is from Texas?
Sure.
And why they were invited tonight?
Yeah, well, you were invited, as I said, really to kind of to learn about it, to help us communicate the message. We've developed an integrated marketing strategy that involves Texas Monthly. We're doing some work with them, advertising and online. We're doing a lot of Facebook advertising that's very targeted to people that fit the demographics of who we think our customer is. We're doing NPR underwriting, so listen for us as you're driving home. We're doing email blasts to about 60,000 people a week that are folks that are particularly interested in health and sustainability. They're interested in healthy lifestyle, cooking, interest groups, again, around that demographic of our customer. So it's a way for us to create, hopefully, a lot of energy and a lot of excitement all at once to build awareness, to support the distribution that we have, and to get the word out. And we've had the good fortune of a lot of great chefs coming on board as well. Pappas restaurant chain is about to start menuing the product, I think the first week in May. So there's a lot of activity. Your listeners, readers are all going to be hearing about it. And so that's what we're up to here in Texas.
What is the timing of the grocery run?
Of the
Grocery rollout.
we're in Costco, we're in Whole Foods. Central, I think, starts next week. We're in Dominic's already, or Randall's rather. So we're in most of these places now, as of, depending on the history, half a year in the case of Randall's to just really brand new with Central, Pappas, and
What about products? There's a lot of different products.
yeah, Barramundi's a little bit more about the fish. One of the interesting things about this fish is that it grows to a very large size. So we have the opportunity to produce fish of plate size, which a lot of chefs want to do your Mediterranean style or Asian style preparation with a smaller whole fish. When you cook with whole fish, you get the collagen from the bones, you get a lot of flavor. That's a great way to prepare it. So we have that style. We have the fillets that you saw here, which are generally what's ending up in the grocery stores, single portion fillets that are 5 to 7 ounces. We also produce much larger fish, which are suitable for portioning in the kitchen. And those fillets would be anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds, and you can make a center loin cut out of that. You can have a thicker portion. So there's really a lot of versatility in terms of how we offer the product. It's available both fresh and frozen. We bring it either from Massachusetts or Vietnam twice a week to various points of distribution. We've got 3 or 4 seafood distributors throughout Texas that carry it for the restaurant trade.
Who are those? Which distributors?
I know Louisiana Seafood, and I'm not entirely sure of the others. But
Sushi?
generally, yeah.
Sushi plants?
Sushi, yeah, there are restaurants that are using it for sushi. And it's certainly suitable for sushi in a fresh format. There's a new wave of sustainable sushi places because unfortunately a lot of the fish that the sushi market is dependent on are red listed species. They're kind of at the bottom of the sustainability pyramid. So there's a number of young innovators in the sushi space that are talking about Barramundi, talking about getting away from some of the traditional species and moving into interesting new contenders.
What are the restaurants in Houston that are doing it? That are already here?
You guys could probably help me out with that.
Well, there's DeMarco, and other than DeMarco's, it's been on the menu for a while. Other than that, we've just been on special at Tony Mandola's,
Mark?
and Mark's, Trulux, and at Ocean Air. But we haven't been menu straight out except for DeMarco and now the Pappas chain. Primarily because, Josh will speak to it, but we're just now getting to a scale where we can supply things on a little bit.
I think it's also on McCormick and Schmick.
On the east of the Mississippi.
And John, our host tonight, is actually now having worked with this.
Josh, you might tell them, because that was all new to me. I never knew the market existed for the live fish, what you're doing in the New York,
Yeah, that's a great
California market.
point. A lot of the fish that we produce in the Massachusetts plant, we actually sell live to the Asian grocery stores across the country. And we just had the good fortune of opening up the California market where there's probably 600 Asian grocery stores that are equipped with live fish tanks. If you haven't eaten a fish that's been prepared in a really good Chinese restaurant, it's fabulous, typically steamed or crispy. And because the fish is directly from the tank and it hasn't gone through rigor mortis, it has a different texture. And it's really springy and it's pretty wonderful when it's done well. Although I wouldn't recommend trying it out. That's a major market for what we do in the U.S. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about the going green aspect? Because I know that that's been something that you're promoting on Facebook, and how barramundi is more of a green fish than, say, a salmon or a sea bass.
Yeah, I kind of went quickly during that part, but there's a really well-organized and often confusing series of actors in the sustainable seafood space. There's actually there's something called the Conservation Alliance. Much of it is funded by the